Alrighty, friends, back at it again with another lens review, except this time I'm doing one of my lenses that I use primarily when I am working professionally, and that is the Lumix G 25mm 1.7. This is the 50mm equivalent, or the Nifty 50 for the Lumix system. For the Micro Four Thirds, I should say. So, before we get into it, let's just thank God for the ability to take these amazing, beautiful photos. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be able to take any of the photos that I've taken. So thank God for that. And then let's get into it. So 4 categories, of course, like always. We're going to talk about the affordability, the accessibility, the build quality, and the versatility. I don't know why I always get those confused, but that's the same 4 categories that I always do. All right, so first up, we're going to talk about the affordability. It is going to be a 9 for me. I put a 9. So on the affordability, I put a 9, and the reason why I put a 9 is because this is an absolutely affordable lens. It's like not crazy affordable because you can still get a manual lens and still be able to use it for less than that for a 50mm, like the Pentax. You can get that for probably like $10 for the Pentax SMC-A 50mm, but it wouldn't be the same as this. So with that being said, you can literally pick up any copies of these from 70 to under 150. So it's an extremely affordable lens. So next we're going to talk about the accessibility of this lens. For this I gave it a 10 because literally anybody can pick up this lens and start using it as long as you have a Micro Four Thirds system. It has autofocus, it has auto aperture. The photos that you get from this lens are absolutely stunning, extremely easy to get. It's easy to work with the Bokeh if you wanted to. It's easy to get super in-frame shots end to end from edge to edge in the entire photo. So picking up this lens and using it for a wide variety of different subjects. You can do landscapes, you can do portraits, you can do cityscapes, you can do street photography, you can do food photography, all with just one lens, this one lens. And so that's what makes it such an accessible lens, is like you can use it for any of the mediums of which you would like to do. Somewhat macro, but not super macro. Okay, so the next we're going to talk about is the build quality. The build quality of this lens, even though it's extremely lightweight, feels like it's amazing. It's been through a lot with me. Granted, I'm very nice and gentle with my stuff because I have to rebuild it if I am very rough, but I've taken it apart. The build quality is astounding compared to a lot of other lenses I've used, and I believe I gave the build quality a 9 just because it's not weatherproof. If it was weatherproof, I would definitely give it a 10, but the fact that it isn't weather sealed or weatherproof or dustproof kind of is what takes away from that. But other than that, I mean, this thing is going to last. The glass is fantastic. It's not like super awesome like the Leica lens or the Leica 50, but it's so hard to tell the difference other than some of the color renditioning. But other than that, like everything can be fixed in post. So I definitely give that a 9. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is the versatility of this lens. What can you do with this lens? What can you shoot? Well, just like I said before, you literally can shoot anything with this lens. The only thing that I have issues with is when I'm shooting video. That would be my one drawback to this lens, is that it's not necessarily wide enough when I shoot video. You can add a speed booster to probably break it down, but my 12-60, my Lumix 12-60, not the Leica 12-60, or sometimes the Leica 12-60 is what I use for my videos most of the time. I like and love my Leica 12-60, but I will tell you why I prefer the Lumix 12-60, or I prefer using this Lumix 25mm over the Leica when I'm doing sports, athletic type photography, or the for the activewear brands. I prefer these lenses over the Leica for several reasons. But when it comes to like this video here, or straight up portrait photography, I think the Leica does a fantastic job. But that being said, this is an extremely versatile lens. I had a fun time shooting somewhat macro shots. I had a fun time shooting street photography. I have a joy shooting portraits. I can just go out there, I take 400 photos. I don't even realize I take that many photos because it's such a fast, amazing lens to use. Okay, with that being said, I gave this lens overall a 9. Look at edge-to-edge clearness. Look at the color renditioning. This lens, that's the reason why it's my powerhouse. That's the reason why it's my go-to lens. Always in bag, always on my camera. With that being said, I would like to close out this video saying like, comment, and subscribe. Once I get to 1,000 subscribers, I will give you one of my Pentax lenses with an adapter of your choice. And I have plenty of Pentax lenses, over 20, and my wife wants me to get rid of them. So please get me to 1,000 subscribers so I can give you one of these lenses. Other than that, take a look at all the photos. They are all going to be at the end of the video, completely unedited. And I'm going to go right now because my children are running downstairs. Thanks, guys.